Well, you know, Briella thought abortion was her only option, but an ultrasound, just like we're talking about, opened up her eyes. Let's see how God's great plan worked out for her.
I had a baby in April, and a few months later, I found out I was pregnant. At that point in time in my life, it was like a dark period. Me and my husband was not together. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. So I reached out to a friend, and they were telling me that they knew someone that could get me the abortion pill. And as I sent her the money, nothing felt odd about it at all. After a while, things started getting really awkward. A few weeks go by, and I'm moving further along in the pregnancy, and she ended up taking my money, and I never got the pill. But I didn't realize that was God's plan, because he was supposed to be here. Miss Christie invited me to go look at the baby and, on the sonogram. And so I go in and I look at the sonogram, and I'm looking like, oh, I hear the heartbeat, I hear the baby. And the sonographer acts like, do you want to know the sex? And I'm like, sure, that's fine. She tells me, you're having a boy. 12 years ago, I had prayed and asked God for a boy. But I got diagnosed with breast cancer 6 months after I got married. That Wednesday, I had an abortion and had chemo that same day. And to think about, 12 years ago, I prayed for this little boy, and he didn't come when I wanted him to. He came in God's timing. And to think about, if I would have taken that abortion pill, I never would have known him. So God saved him. Not only did he save him, he saved me in a different type of way.
So many great stories, right?
And we're right there for each one of these mothers. One thing to say, you know, you should have this baby, but like, I don't have a place to live. My boyfriend kicked me out, or I don't have any money. I lost my job, and I'm going to have a baby. And, so
and that's what you do, the follow through.
2 years
you
afterwards.
don't only say you need to have or choose life. We say choose life. We're going to show you what the baby looks like. Yeah. But then you say, well, and we're going to help you. If you need maternity clothes, if you need food,
yes.
if you need shelter,
awesome.
if you need somewhere to go, if you'd like to adopt, and that's what the church has got to do beyond saying,
so good.
don't have an abortion. And that's what you do. And well, do y'all love these stories?
Absolutely.
They're so amazing. How can people that want to be involved and help the work you're doing be a part of what you guys are doing across the country?
Even nurses, like retired nurses, et cetera.
Oh, we will need an army of nurses to be able to be on the phones reaching these women. A nurse is the most trusted professional in a young woman's life, and they have tremendous influence on these young women that are in the valley of decision. And so if you're a nurse and you want to volunteer, here's your opportunity to be greatly used by Jesus, actually save a life, to be used by Jesus Christ. But, you know, we need people to come into our clinics and fold diapers and do administrative work and answer telephones. And we need people to give.
How important is that? Like, did you hear she said one of the earlier testimonies, someone actually answered the phone?
Yes.
Because you get prompts for everything you call.
Yeah, no.
But when a voice, and you can capture that moment, right, if you have a real person.
It's not somebody in the Philippines. It's
And
somebody right there.
it's not somebody condemning you. They're given options. And even, I love how y'all even direct to adoption as well. That's huge.
Yeah, we live in a dyslexic society where we have 1 million people that want to adopt and can't have children, and we're killing 1 million babies. So what gives with that? And we're taking their lives. And so virtually every woman that comes in, we give them the option for adoption. Adoption is a wonderful option. Hopefully, under the Trump administration, as we continue to forward wonderful conservative policy, it's not about personality, it's about policy, that we can make adoption more user-friendly, less expensive, maybe even, you know, stipends, so that we can get more of these babies, you know, alternatives to moms. I really believe and have seen over thousands of women that if you de-escalate the pressure on them, because the mother of the pregnant girl is the one who's pushing her most of the time to abort the grandbaby, which doesn't make any sense to me.
Right. That's
And,
terrible.
you know, and then the husband, boyfriend, or significant, whatever he might be, pressing her to abort. But if you get her to see that this is her baby, her time inside her womb, and you offer her help and alternatives like adoption, you know, fully paid for, that she will choose life.
Well, even I've heard stories of where the boyfriend or husband would come with them and want her to carry the baby. Like you said, there's like a new dynamic going on of responsibility, you know, where the woman wants to and the man doesn't.
I just have the greatest story on that. We had a guy come in here a few months ago with his girlfriend, And she really wanted to carry, and he was really pushing her to abort. So brought him in the room, and he's kind of pecking away on his cell phone, as one might expect, while she's running up the ultrasound scan and the picture of the baby on the screen. And he's glancing up, and at one point when he looked up, the baby does this. And he freaks out. He goes, I must do that 5 times a day. That's my son. That's my son. And chose life resoundingly as a result of that. Now the baby was just looking to suck his thumb. That's what was going on, you know? But
we'll take it. We'll take it. That's awesome. That's awesome. And we are out of time, but if someone, say, wanted to buy an ultrasound machine, could they do that?
preborn.com. 100% of the money that's given for an ultrasound machine goes to buy an ultrasound machine. $28, you can underwrite an ultrasound scan. All $28 of the $28 goes to our clinics. It's restricted income, and so we want to be stewards of that.
That's great.
Well, before you leave, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, we would love to hear how the Lord is moving and touching your heart right now. So be sure to comment below and then share this video with someone you feel needs it just as much as you did.